Good morning, everyone. Happy Wednesday. We have made it to the halfway point in the week. Shouldn't be too many rain showers today, but boy, watch out because it's going to get really wet toward the end of the week. Okay, we are talking about hot topics here on Sunrise Extra, our live after show after KGW News at Sunrise, where we go on and get some more viewer comments from you guys about what are the hot topics of the day. So we want to start with your money. And how much of your money do you get to keep and get back from the state of Oregon? Good morning, Miguel. Hi on Instagram. Hi, Nelson. I see you. Good morning, everyone. So Oregon has this thing called the kicker. And it's like when you pay your taxes, but they overestimated how much you should pay. And the next year you would get a check for the difference. Sound fair? Voters voted it in however many years ago. But in 2020, they're saying that, sorry, we're going to give you less money back because we need to keep more of it. So we are asking you that question this morning in our viewer voice poll. Do you want your money back or not? Let's put up that poll if we can, or I can't see it right now because we're doing weather. What are the percentages? Okay, so 75% of you are saying, no, we should get all of our money back. That is what the bill was designed for. 20% of you are saying that we should just do away with the whole idea of the kicker because what's the point if they're going to be taking money away from us? So we have that poll on kgw.com/vote. You can also go on our web app to the Vote Now tile to make your voice known. Comment here. I've got you guys up on Facebook. Rosie Nyberg says yes. Yes, what? We should keep the kicker and get all of our money back. Yeah, it's your money. If you overpaid, then you should get that back, right? Let me get our Facebook peeps up here on our Facebook post. So we have some viewer comments because this is a hot topic. Rosie, thank you. Yes, keep the kicker. Oh, wait a second. You guys are going too fast. Eric Tucker says there is only one word for what you call it, theft. If the state keeps our extra money. You know, there are really good programs that it could go to. That's what Anita says. They should be putting that money to a good cause. Veterans, schools, and the homeless. So what do you guys think? Take part in our poll. Send me a comment. Here is for Instagram. That is our poll so far. 74% of you say no, we should get the money back. But yeah, they're threatening to make cuts on that. Dave on Facebook says, depends on what they're going to use the money for. Hopefully, yeah, it's for something good. So we will see. Governor Brown hasn't decided if she is going to say yes to that cut in the kicker tax rebate, but our political analyst says he doesn't see any reason why she wouldn't, because there are a lot of programs that need funding. So that is a big topic today. Also, let me get you caught up on some of our headlines here on our snazzy little monitor. The Hart family coroner's inquest. This story is kind of fascinating. That's that Portland area family that had adopted 6 kids, I believe, and crashed their car off of the cliff in California. It hasn't been determined if it was on purpose or an accident, but there was no skid marks. Today, we are going to be streaming live this very interesting jury testimony toward a jury in Mendocino County, kind of laying out the facts of what we know so far in the coroner's report to maybe decide, you know, was this intentional? Would the family have been at fault, the 2 moms, or was this an accident? So we're going to be following that. You can watch it on kgw.com live from the Mendocino County Sheriff's Office. Hi, Miguel. He says, going back to the kicker, no, because it's the law to return taxpayer dollars. So thank you for weighing in. Rosie says, what are they allocating the money for? It hasn't been specified. I think it would probably go to programs, maybe schools, infrastructure. Off the top of my head, I cannot remember what the script said, to be totally honest. Okay, next story. Boeing whistleblower claims. We're following up on those 737 jets that says pilots were not able to follow some of these safety precautions from Boeing. Chicago, very cool, elects the first black, female, and openly gay mayor. Amazon cutting prices at Whole Foods to avoid that claim that the joke where people call them the whole paycheck. Yeah, it's expensive there. So they're slashing prices on produce and meat for everyone. You don't have to be an Amazon Prime member. The U of O student, or one of the students, has started a petition to sell women's jerseys for the women's basketball team. They're in the Final Four. You can buy men's jerseys. It doesn't have the players' names on them because they're college athletes and students, but it would have their jersey number on them. But right now, you can't buy Sabrina Ionescu's number on a jersey right now. So a U of O student is petitioning for that to happen. Let's have, equal rights here in the jersey buying game, since the women are headed to the Final Four. They play on Friday. Orlando Sanchez is down there right now. He's going to be giving us live reports on the team. We're getting a couple more comments in here. Miguel on Instagram says about that family in California. One of the children was in the news about giving a hug to the police. Yes, he was. That was such a cool photo a couple years ago at one of the Occupy protests, I believe. And he made news there. Larry on Facebook says, let me turn you around. Larry says, sadly, this will pass. He's talking about the kicker. Look who the governor is. The money would most likely go to pay down the ginormous PERS amount owed. Yeah, that's the retirement fund that, we all have to pay for state employees and state workers. Okay, something fun right now. Keep weighing in all that stuff. We'll read your comments live as they come in. Follow me over here, Camera J. Which way do you want to go? This way? There he is. We are walking over here, and I've got my tenny runners on because we're talking about National Walking Day, and it's today. And we've got a really cool lady in the house, and this is Carmen Jakinski. Hi. So we've got Instagram here on my phone. We've got Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and KGW.com on that camera.
Busy.
Doesn't matter where you look.
Okay.
No big deal. So this is Carmen Jakinski. She is a professional race walking coach.
Correct.
And athlete.
Correct. Here
Here in the Portland area. Today is National Walking Day. And today on Sunrise, you were giving us some tips on how to walk better. I literally just went to the gym for the first time in a year yesterday.
Okay.
We have a little gym in our basement here at KGW, which is awesome, because I don't want to be sore anymore when I walk. I was telling Carmen this story. Last week I had jury duty for 2 days, and I walked from KGW down to the courthouse. It's 10 blocks. I was kind of running late, so I was like hoofing it. And the next 3 days, Carmen, my shins were so sore because I think I was flexing too much and I wasn't doing the follow through. So tell me, is that what I was doing wrong?
It's so common, and you weren't doing it wrong, by the way.
Oh,
you just
I
have
wasn't?
a weak anterior tib. So every time you take a
That's
step,
just totally weak.
You did.
Is
No,
what's happening.
it's just a weak
It's
anterior
true.
tib. So this is such a common issue. So I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah.
What happens when you take a step is you lift your toe, which engages
Let me show everybody this.
your anterior tib. Engages. You can see mine's developed. I've been race walking over 33 years.
Yeah.
So when you are lifting your toe and engaging that muscle, it's contracting. At some point, that muscle needs to stretch. And the only way it stretches is if you roll all the way off your toe. So most people don't use their foot. Yes. And so what will happen, the way you know it's not shin splints, people will mistakenly call it shin splints.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah, so a shin splint is when your muscle's actually tearing away from the bone.
Oh, okay.
That's a bad thing that usually happens to runners. So what you're experiencing is just lactic acid building up in the muscle.
Okay.
So
Just a weenie.
And another typical problem, let me grab this, is that people will tie their shoelaces too tight.
Okay.
So they'll tie their shoelace too tight. The base of the anterior tib is right about this point here. So if you're tying your shoelace real tight over the opening of the base of your anterior tib, the blood flow can't move out, which means that lactic acid doesn't flow. And
it's kind of impeding your walking.
It's impeding your walking.
Rosie wants to know, she's watching on Instagram, she says, what about hip pain after a walk? I get the same thing too.
So it's all connected.
I have bad hips.
So it's all connected. So here's something, I grabbed this.
Oh yeah.
While you were
great, we have a prop.
We have a prop.
Okay.
So most of us sit way too much.
Yes.
And the way we sit, I'll sit sideways, is we slouch. We should be sitting in this position with a straight back. So here's the big problem is we tend to get our hip flexors get weak and they get tight. So when we stand, we don't come all the way to straight, and many people walk like this in this position. You should have your hips totally
tucked under
forward.
almost?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
The other issue is that people create imbalances when they move around. So you carry a baby on one hip all the time.
Yes, that's me.
Yeah.
And so I'm leaning backwards like this
Right.
because I always have her on my left
So
hip.
here's what happens now is you've developed a strength imbalance and a flexibility imbalance in your hip. So now you're doing an opposite hand, opposite leg motion over and over, and you're creating a repetitive injury because your hips are not lined up properly. So you have loading joints in your ankles and your knees and your hips and your shoulders, and they should be lined vertically and horizontally. And when they're not, because you've been doing this, something has to shift, and now everything's out of alignment.
Yeah.
And now you're trying to move, and muscles aren't working in the way they were intended to.
Wow.
And that's what creates all these different pains.
Yeah.
And it's really easy to fix.
Okay. So while we got to show off your shoes here,
Okay.
Carmen. And yeah, Camera J. So you make these
Yeah.
in your house. This is your own company.
This is my
They're
brand.
called
Yep.
Reshod.
Reshod walking shoes. Yes.
Tell me what's different about these versus like the Nikes and Reeboks and Asics and all that stuff you found on the market when you were looking for a shoe.
So let me see if I have the.
Oh, here's a great
This
shot.
is
Yeah.
this shoe is made with angled foam components. So everything, there's three, this white piece, and then there's another piece here, and then this piece are all angled. And that's what's really different between this and running shoes. Running shoes have pieces that are horizontal and vertical, generally, unless they're painted. But these are actual pieces that work in a slanted
And you can
angle.
totally feel it, you guys, when I'm wearing some, oopsies, wrong way. I'm wearing some of her shoes right now. And as you walk, it is pushing you forward onto your toe. And you were saying that's why I had some of that shin pain, is because I wasn't following through all the way onto my toe.
So this shoe allows you to get full flexion extension of your foot, which is really important for walking.
And
it
you were
really
saying
helps
when we were in
Yeah.
the show, Chris McGinnis is hovering nearby.
I know, it's so intriguing here.
fascinating.
These are actually designed to make you walk better and to walk more efficiently and walk appropriately so that you don't injure yourself. That's really cool. We need to design more running shoes like that. I'm thinking.
Exactly. Because you were saying it's stand up straight.
Yeah.
And it's also in the arm movement. You always see like all those mall walkers.
Yeah.
But you said you see people going forward
high
more
in
with
the
their
front.
arms, and we should be leaning backward to keep us straight up, right?
Right. So I start by teaching a Race Walk 101, which is nuts and bolts on the race walk technique. So the race walk technique is very specific in that you need to maintain contact with the ground and you need to land with a straight leg. Those are the rules of Olympic style race walking. If you violate the rules, judges will come out and they have paddles.
Flag you.
They say this is lifting. This means, hey, you're losing contact with the ground, knock it off.
Yeah.
They give you a warning. And then this one is your knee is bent. So it needs to land straight when your foot's underneath your hip.
Yeah.
Can you talk about the race walking versus just mom and pop walking?
Sure.
We can't necessarily be
can use the
expected
same
to
tips,
use
though, right?
the same technique though, right? That's pretty strenuous on the hips.
It works them in a good way, not a bad way. So people will say, isn't that hard on your hips? And I always ask them, are you saying hard because as in hard as it's wearing them down, or is it hard in that it's a difficult, challenging
It's
workout?
probably working muscles that we're not used to working properly, right? Is that what it is?
Yeah, it's the one sport where your quads, in every sport that you do, you run, you cycle, you ski, your quads are going to be engaging in an eccentric manner. Muscles contract two ways, eccentrically or concentrically. So the concentric contraction is what race walkers do. It's the only sport I know of where you're going to land with your quad in a concentric contraction.
Which just seems...
Which is different.
Yeah,
It's
hard.
very different, and it's hard because we're not used to doing it. Not because it's hard, because if you see a gymnast do a V-sit on a balance beam, their quads are concentrically contracted. It's a non-weight bearing contraction, where they're up in the V when their knees are to their nose, which I can't do.
So you're
This is
by
a-
race
yes.
walking, my foot's out
Yes.
now and my quad
Yes.
should be contracted.
This is a non-weight bearing contraction of your quad, so it's concentric contraction,
Like
which we're
flexing.
not used to doing. Something has to eccentrically contract to move you forward, and in race walking, it's your backside. So our glutes will engage, and that's what powers you forward.
Okay, do a couple laps back and forth here and show us, the correct form.
But this is the correct form.
Okay. So she's got her elbows back, and you can see she's finishing up,
and you can
rolling
see
her whole
her
foot.
hips. You can see the hips going like
Straight,
this.
uh-huh.
Where
It's beautiful form, Carmen. Beautiful
Thank
form.
you.
Okay, Miguel on Instagram wanted to know where you can buy a pair of your shoes. What is it? Reshod.com?
Reshod.com. You can go to Portland Shoe Repair. They have a full size run
so
there.
you can go and try them on.
Yeah.
There's blue. What other colors?
The blue ones haven't come out yet, so this
okay.
This is the next.
This is the
pair.
next one. You got the new pair.
Yes,
okay.
and this coming out in August.
Okay.
But
Are these for men and women?
Men and women. Those are unisex size.
Unisex.
Yeah.
What's the price on these?
They're $145.
$145.
But you'll probably find them on sale. I give a 20% off discount when people take my class.
Oh, great. Okay.
Yeah. And Portland Shoe Repair will be having a sale on these.
Where are
this
they
month.
located?
Right across from the Hollywood Theater on Sandy Boulevard.
Ah, okay.
Very close.
And as far as durability, typically like runners will say, hey, you got 300-400 miles on a pair of shoes. Walkers, same deal? Or how do you know when the shoe's going down?
This is my green story. So thank you for asking that question. This is a die cut and buff construction. So it's not molded. So you can take this to any shoe repair and you can have this replaced. This whole full outsole can be replaced or just the heel. So Portland Shoe Repair, for $25, will rebuild this heel and just put a heel piece on for $25.
So you can get a lot more wear out of your shoe than, okay.
Yeah, there are no molded parts in here. This is all 100% rubber outsole. Lasts a long time.
So cool. Nice. Thank you for coming on. I love your shirt, by the way.
Nice
If race walking were easy,
rocking the garment. There you go.
Running. Yeah.
If race walking were easy, it'd be called running. I get a lot of comments on these and runs.
Yeah, no kidding.
Runners have a good sense of humor, though. I have to say.
Okay,
I'm thankful.
Yeah, no kidding.
Well, thank you for having me.
Jakinski, thank you so much
I
for
appreciate
being
it.
with us. This was so fun. I'm going to wear my walking shoes.
Do we want to
Chris,
walk
let's
on
walk over
let's,
to the Weather Center
you power
because
walk? If you don't I'm not going to call it power walking. Let's use proper technique.
Race walking.
It's quite difficult, and as a runner and somebody who's run tens of thousands of miles in my life, anytime that I've actually tried to use proper form with race walking, it's difficult in that, just like we were saying, it works muscles that are not used to being worked that way.
Yeah, no kidding. Isn't that funny how you find those still?
Like, I'm super fit, and then I do something that seems easy, but it's, oh my goodness, I'm tired. Yeah, so.
All right, let's get an update on our forecast.
Okay, so real quick,
today.
I want to get out of the 7-day. I want to bounce this back real quick. And should we bring it up? Would it be easier to bring it up on the big board? Or do we want to?
Oh, we can just show it on this little monitor
I can do
if
it.
you want.
I can do it. All right, well, so let's do this real quick. I want to walk us through two things. I want to walk you through Futurecast today, because today actually looks like not a bad day. We've had a few sprinkles, few light rain showers out there this morning. So this is what Futurecast shows us going into the rest of the day. The green taking up less real estate, and as we head into the afternoon, we may squeeze out one or two sun breaks before our Wednesday is done. So not a bad looking day today. That's today. Tomorrow and beyond, while the last couple of days have been talking about rain chances, and we've been getting some here or there, we're going to get a lot of rain starting likely tomorrow afternoon. And this is the cumulative rainfall forecast through the weekend to midnight, Sunday night into Monday. We're looking at a widespread soaking, and a much needed soaking at that. But
yeah,
where I'm going with this is that we've had little bouts of rain here the last couple of days, but this is going to be a much more significant rain event.
Oh, we're going to get you your 7-day. Here you go,
starting
guys.
Thursday night, and then that's kind of with us on and off.
So here's your weekend.
Looking a little wet, and it's not going to rain the entire time. There will be breaks in there, but right now, kind of trying to time those, 6-hour windows is just a little too. From Wednesday.
It's too
for
hard
Saturday,
for you, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, it's too difficult for me. In fact, I need a break. I really need a break.
I've been race walking all morning. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Okay, so stick around because we want to look at this. Look at Chris McGinnis brings in the fanciest French press.
Oh, I'm not the only one.
Like every day, your personal. How many cups do you get out of this, dude?
More than I need.
Like 3
More
or 4?
More than I should drink, but
And the sugar shaker.
Yeah, a little.
Oh yeah, I like that one.
Yeah, a little
Did you
coffee
punch
and
some
sugar,
holes in the top, or you just scoop it out?
I'm the coffee snob, and then I have to put cream and sugar in my coffee, which means definitely not a coffee snob. Okay, we asked the question because check this out. We posted this. We wanted you to vote. What color is your coffee? Do you like it black as an F? Chris is a B man. I'm a B or C.
Okay. That's, a lot more sugar and cream, huh? So, Sarah says, I gave up coffee completely.
How's your mood, Sarah?
2 weeks ago. How are you feeling,
Are you less
Sarah?
cranky after
the
first week of withdrawal? That's what I want to know.
Tracy says she's an F. That means all black coffee, but it's flavored coffee beans with added cinnamon in the grounds when brewed. Oh, that's cool. I know zero about coffee. I didn't even know you could do that. Angela, I wish I liked F, the black coffee. Save on calories for sure. In the past, I could drink coffee all the time. Now 1 cup is pushing what my tummy can handle. Girl, okay, let me tell you something. So last week
Do I
we were
want to
talking
know
about
this?
this.
You're like,
Well, I had my first ever coffee last week. And it was this
You're kidding.
Starbucks first ever.
You waited
I don't
until
like
this stage?
coffee.
Okay.
I don't like the
Well, that's why you add all the stuff
like
to it.
my
Yeah,
mom
nobody
always
likes
said when
coffee
I was
breath.
young, it stains your teeth, and I don't know.
Teeth look great, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's because I don't drink coffee.
There
No,
you
I'm
go.
just kidding.
No, they're gonna go straight up brown.
So I had one of those double shot espresso in the cans that you can buy. I got them at Target. And it was good. I made sure to drink it slow. I drank it at 2:30 in the morning because I was paranoid that I was going to have tummy troubles. Because when you're on the news set and you need to go to the bathroom, you can't.
It doesn't happen.
You have a microphone on. You're always
tethered.
on. And so I was like beside myself, paranoid. Nothing bad happened. Thank you. I made it through. Today I had my second one. And so far, so good. That's TMI for you,
Yes.
for everyone.
Yeah.
But I feel the lady who said, tummy troubles.
Thank you for, and I
you
love
for
how
sharing.
politely we call them tummy troubles. Runners, we just say, when you run enough,
Oh,
you
yeah.
have to go and
There's
just things
emergencies.
happen. I'm just going to say that just all goes out the window and all that talk just, it's.
All right, I'm getting
Yeah.
red and starting to sweat.
Are you
because I'm
embarrassed?
oversharing now. Yeah. Amber says, I'll take any coffee if I don't have to make it, but I start with B, which is a lot of creamer, and it gets darker with the refilling. Miguel on Facebook says, I blend my coffee with smoothies. Have you ever heard of anyone doing that?
A coffee smoothie?
You put it in a smoothie.
We have coffee
What does
ice
that
cream.
taste like, Miguel?
I like coffee ice cream.
Oh yeah, I forgot my Facebook over there. What does Jan say here on Facebook? I have drunk A through F at one time or another, have spent more time in hospitals with my husband than I care to admit, but I will take my coffee anyway. I get it, even stone cold when it's supposed to be hot. Ugh.
My mother-in-law actually, and these are guys that roast their own coffee beans. I mean, they take it to
Yeah.
another, they're like, hey, we're
Serious.
serious about it. But in the same breath, she'll turn around and say, oh yeah, I'll if we don't drink the whole pot today, we'll just save it and I'll reheat it tomorrow.
Yeah.
It just
I
seems
don't know.
they go through the trouble to roast their own beans and then they will
don't finish
reheat
it.
that coffee the next day. And I'm just like,
Recycling, I guess. Oh,
I wouldn't
Con
know the
on
difference.
Instagram, you're a C. You're a C person, so that's kind of midway. Miguel says his blending it with his smoothies tastes fantastic. All right, I believe you. What are we going to do next? What are we talking about, you guys? I have my little sheet.
your cheat sheet?
Oh boy.
What's next on the agenda?
Do you guys care about this? Do you care about Meghan Markle and Prince Harry? I don't. I'm just going to be honest. Producer Jess in my ear says
Yeah,
she cares.
but they got like
This is
2
what's crazy about
quadrillion Instagram
Yeah.
followers in like 10 minutes though, right?
So
they set some
Meghan
sort of
Markle
record?
and Prince Harry just joined Instagram for the first time ever.
There
we
it
have.
is.
Is that
They only
it?
have
Oh, they just
153
changed their. No, that's
Wait a minute,
fake.
wait, no, that's not right.
It's a fake account.
That's
It's called.
Fake Instagram because they have way more than 113,000.
It was called Sussex something, you guys. Remember Sussex? Okay, so they started their first Instagram page.
Sussex
Not that
Chamber?
one.
No.
That's so weird.
Is it?
That's not.
No, it's not that one. I think it's the next one.
We're all finding the fan
Just-
accounts. Okay, so let me tell you what the story is because we.
Let's go
we
through the
can't
search
find it for a
history while
second.
we're at it.
They
That could
started
be even
their
more
own
interesting.
Instagram yesterday. It's kind of there it is. Sussex Royal.
2.6 million
They
followers. That's
just-
up like 500,000 from like 2 hours ago.
Yeah, it was 2.4 million. Now it's 2.6.
Or quarter
So they
million,
broke a Guinness World Record yesterday for the fastest time to reach 1 million followers. They broke 1 million followers in 6 hours. So now they have a Guinness World Record account. I wonder how the Queen feels about this. She's very clamped down on things on social media.
But she's got a social media
I think she
account,
has
right?
an Instagram, so I
Okay.
think she's coming
Did
along.
they surpass her?
Ooh, should we
Maybe-
find
maybe
that out?
there's a
What's
little-
the Queen?
a little,
So they have 2.6.
Maybe there's a little
Let's find
jealousy
out
here.
in real time.
Hi, Lacey.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll find out.
7 a.m. drive times there. Okay, well, I guess we'll have
There is this hilarious thing, and because you do the driving me crazy segments, Chris, you gotta weigh in
Are
on
we talking
this.
honking or are we talking something
No,
else?
we're gonna talk about.
We'll get to
next
that. I really want to do that one, by the
week. So
way.
down in LA, parking apparently is at a premium.
Have you seen downtown Portland? It's at a
Oh, well,
premium
let's
in
go to Team
Portland.
Black Car, you guys. I don't know anything about this NASA story. Let's go to Team Black Car because this is funny. So down in LA yesterday, there was this crazy Twitter feed where two cars were vying for the same parking spot on the street. And somebody up above in an apartment complex filmed the whole thing. It lasted for an hour and a half. They were at a stalemate of who was going to get this parking spot. Parking is, at a premium here in Portland. But would you vie for a parking spot for 1 hour? So this is Twitter.
This car is blocking this other car from grabbing this primes.
So it's Team Black Car on the left, Team Silver Car on the right. Black Car pulled ahead to reverse into the spot, and Silver Car was trying to nose into it.
Well, that's how you park. That's how you parallel park, right?
But
you back
Silver
in.
Car came up and was like, this thing's mine.
Okay.
So this is it started at 6:35 at night. This person on Twitter is documenting the whole thing. Amazingly, there's no road rage. No one ever gets out of the car. They just park there. They're forcing the traffic to go around them into the other lanes.
I wonder what the traffic jam looks like around that.
So now that we're at 6:53, keep scrolling. This thing, finally, it gets dark at night, past 7 o'clock, and they're still at a stalemate of who is going to get this stupid parking spot, let alone this woman has just been watching this out her window forever. And I mean, it's getting 1.7 K retweets and likes
where
here
we at?
on
Okay,
Twitter.
okay, Black Car finally pulls away and gives up.
Chrissy Teigen was talking about this last night. So what happens is, so a car ahead of them, ahead of that spot, left. So now there's spots for both cars, so they both pull in. So then you think, okay, someone's going to get out and confront the other person. No.
They never got out of the car?
They stay in the car. I think they were both like scared of each other or whatever. Another 45 minutes, they just sit in their car. They both got parking spots. Stupid.
This can't be real.
Hi, Tarar on
this has to
Instagram.
have
Hi,
been
Elijah.
staged.
Thanks for watching. So ridiculous.
So
Chrissy Teigen was tweeting about this. Everyone was kind of keeping tabs. Then what the funny thing is, the girl who was filming all this on Instagram wrote notes to both cars. Your resilience is inspiring. Thank you for the hour and a half of entertainment. I'll never forget you. I hope you and Black Car can be friends after this. So funny. So she hasn't said whether, and she left it on their windshield. Yeah, she made a special email for Team Black Car or Team Silver Car. So,
well, I'm gonna just
props to them for no road rage.
Yeah, and they just wasted 2 hours of their life.
Yeah. Exactly.
Maybe this should be another question. Maybe this should be a driving me crazy segment. How do you park?
Spot.
Parallel parking.
Well, if you're trying to steal a spot, then you nose in there.
I'm going to say that Black Car had it there.
All right.
Black Car was in the right.
That does it for us. We got to get off the air because Brendan Braxton's got a new news update for the Today Show.
And we got some weather coming up too.
And we got some weather. That was Sunrise Extra. Join us every Monday through